Hey everybody, what's going on? GibboIreland here for Two-Tone Murphy. Hope you're doing well. This is a short video and it's to help those that want to install the Simconnect version of the LRM client to use it with a virtual airline Firefly Air. Very first thing to do is typically uninstall FSUIPC, be it this normal uninstall program in Windows. Now unfortunately, the uninstaller doesn't do a very good job, so there's two things you also post doing this need to be aware of. First is on your C drive, there will probably be the remnants of an FSUIPC folder directly on your C drive that will have some bits and pieces still left over. So go in there and delete that. And then the other thing is, again, it leaves in a folder in your community folder. So simply go into your community folder, look for FSUIPC, and I think it's LVARs and WASM type modules that it leaves over in your community folder. So manually delete that too, and then you can be rest assured that FSUIPC is no longer on your system. Okay, well then how do you go about installing the new one? Well, the very first thing is go to this website, wiki.fshub.io, wiki.fshub.io. Now, just so you know, in case you make this error like I did, that if you try and install the LRM client and you go, no, that's not the one I want, I'm going to go here because it talks about the beta release of the Simconnect client, so I'm going to click here, download and try it out. Well, nothing. Right, doesn't work. That link doesn't work for whatever reason, I don't know. So you go here. So it is wiki.fshub.io. Scroll down to the left and choose Simconnect CLI, and there is the link that will allow you download it. You'll notice I'm on Edge. Antiviruses, because this is a brand new program, can cause an issue, particularly with Chrome, where it'll throw up a concern about a malicious file, but Edge seems to allow it. So go ahead, extract that, and that file will give you an exe. Double click that exe and install the LRM CLI client. Then basically what we're going to do, and we're going to do together in this video, is follow the rest of the steps. So you can see here it says there's a general configuration guide and a couple other instructions. So I'm going to open that general configuration guide because that's quite useful. We'll come back to that just in one moment. Next thing then is you will need to change your environment variables. So it says to do this, open Windows Search, type that in, and then follow the instructions. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go into environment variables. I've just typed env, edit the system environment variables. Perfect. Here it is here, environment variables. And under path, so you click new, and then under the path name, type LRM, and under path variable, this is what you'll want to put in. Scroll down, so it's the file location. See, program files x86 LRM CLI. I've already done it on my system, so that's why I'm not redoing it. I just want to talk you through how to do that. So that's the environment variables step setup, which is all good. So LRM for variable name, and then this path goes in for variable value. Great. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Obviously, when you do this, they're one-off steps, a few hoops to jump through, but once you've done it, you don't have to worry about it again. I did mention about antivirus, so you know it can cause or throw up a message about the file. For now, it all seems to be good. So just to make you aware that that might indeed be the case. Okay, we're not quite there yet. There's one or two more things we need to do. The next is that we need to go into this particular location and edit this particular file, client.conf. So we'll go ahead and do that. I will load it up. So for me, it's users.conf. And here we have LRM client, and there is that particular file, client.conf. So I'm double clicking it and I'll open it with Notepad. So here's where you pop in your API key. I'll come back to that in a moment. Next is log short flights. I have yes. I think by default it's set to no. Touch and go landings. By default it's set to no. I have that as yes. And then your joinFS handle. If you want to add that in as well, just so everything links up nicely, you can do that here too. So those three things are what you will edit. Now, API key. Well, again, has nice and clear instructions as to how we go about doing that. So you want to create an FS Hub API key for yourself from the settings and integrations page. So we'll go ahead and we'll click that, and I'll show you what that looks like. It's asking me to log in, and here. So you click generate new token, and it'll pop in a token here. You click copy, and then you pop in that token here. Then you hit file and save, and you are nearly there. right? So we're really getting places here, folks. The very final step is this, which is what you'll see is if I go into, we're nearly done. If I go in and I go type in LRM, this is the old client, no longer any use to me. This is the new one, CLI launcher. I did mention it's kind of like a terminal window, a DOS file. So it's asking me for my airline ICAO. I'll type in FFA. It's asking me for my call sign. For me, it's 611. And it's loading. Now, that was easy. By the way, it's thrown up an error just because for recording purposes, I don't have the sim running in the background. So do not worry about that. That will say waiting to connect to a flight sim and then connected when the flight sim is running. I'll show you that in a moment. I'll through the wonders of editing. But that's a bit annoying, isn't it? Having to type in your airline and your call sign. So there's an easy way around that. So let me show you this particular little batch file. It's a simple enough batch file. Do I have it handy? I do not. Mistake. Okay, so if I go down to my folder and I have it here, it's a little batch file. I'll make it a little bigger for you. And this is all you need to enter. So it's cd/that location, which is will bring us nicely to that location. And then the command is LRM-client space -- airline equals FFA, 2 spaces -- call sign equals that. So it's automatically popping in the virtual airline that you wish to fly for and your call sign. Because if you don't do that, the risk is that it might log your flight under your personal records rather than your virtual airline. So if I close that and I'll show you what that looks like. So in order to open up the LRM CLI client, there, it's automatically added in my virtual airline. I'll click that again because it was quite quick, and it's automatically added in my call sign and my VA for me. So that's what I'll use to run LRM going forward using Simconnect. So that's it simply, very quickly. Simply is probably an overestimation of what's involved, but all those steps are written out here in full on this page, which is on the wiki.fshub.io page. So you can scan through that under your own time, but I did want to just take you through the steps to hopefully explain it as best I can. So start off with wiki.fshub.io, follow through, and everything that you need is there. So with that final ado, let's jump over to the sim and see it all up and running. Okay, and here I am back in the sim. And to run LRM, now that the sim is loaded, I can go to my start menu, type LRM, I can go to the CLI launcher and type in my details, or I can run that handy, very fancy, that I'm very proud of, batch file. So let's go ahead and run that on a separate screen. What is it called again? And it's logged in as me. It's put in my aircraft type. It has connected me to my VA. It has connected to the sim and is now monitoring my flight. So brilliant. It's working great. So folks, just to take this opportunity to thank Bobby, Aurora, and all the team at FS Hub for the great service they give us for our VA Firefly Air. Thanks so much to them. And if you have any problems at all, it's a good time to mention the Two-Tom Murphy Discord, in particular the Firefly Air chat channel, where 6 Knots, Viper, and all the team are available and on hand to help if you have any further queries. Until the next time, thanks so much for watching. I hope this video was useful. Take care. All the best.